Welcome back. Time again for our Pet Doctor segment. Dr. Larsen's here with just another beautiful cat. Who is this?
This is Sprout. Sprout's 15 weeks old, little girl cat, and she is a sweetheart.
Oh,
and just look
pretty.
at the color.
Yeah, she is really, really pretty out there. So let's talk about some issues. Feline constipation is the topic today, just to give you a heads up. What's the first sign that we're looking like that constipation might be showing?
Well, Tim, the first sign is there is no sign.
There
What's
you go.
in the cat box? Not very much. And then also we'll see cats in a few days having trouble trying to have a stool.
So
and
the
can't
first
in the cat
sign
box.
is no sign. Okay, gotcha.
That's right.
What might be some causes?
Well, constipation in cats can be from several different things. It can be from eating things that don't digest, like grass is a very common thing to cause it. Our hair would be another one. Other things that will cause constipation is a dehydration problem, where they just don't drink enough water. The stool gets hard and they get constipated from it. And another thing that can cause constipation is a condition called megacolon.
Okay, and that's actually what we're going to talk about today, feline megacolon. What is it?
Well, megacolon, by definition, is a colon that's gotten larger than normal because the stools, if impacted in the colon, cannot be passed. They get hard and dry stool, and the colon just gets bigger and bigger. The bigger it gets, the worse the problem becomes.
Okay. And what would be some of the causes for this?
Some of the more common problems would be a constipation has just gone too far.
Okay.
And that simply just will cause the colon to get too large. Another thing would be nerve damage. It just happens in our older cats that for some reason or other they have a nerve damage going to their colon, so they don't feel the urge to go, or they can't push. The nerves can't make the muscles push. Another thing and that may be the biggest thing, the nerve damage.
Okay.
But another thing that I see pretty often on megacolon is a condition where the colon has to go through the pelvic canal, which is an opening about the size of, on here, Sprout here, maybe the size of my finger.
Okay.
But for some reason or other, maybe the cat was born with a smaller pelvic canal than normal, so it takes a smaller stool to pass through it. Or perhaps they've had been injured by a car, broke their pelvis, and when the pelvis healed, it heals smaller.
All right.
At any rate, same thing always happens. The colon gets too large to pass, and they struggle with that, and it has
And we
some
talked
problems.
about some of the signs of feline constipation. What are you looking for here?
Well, I'm looking for a cat that, of course, there's nothing happening in the stool, but they're going to be, by the time I see them, they're having some problems having a stool. I mean, they're on the cat box almost all the time. They're not eating, they're losing weight, they're depressed, and they just don't feel at all good. So, but the big thing is, spending time in the cat box and not getting anything done.
How do you go about treating this then?
Well, megacolon, it's a very hard formed stool, and so what you have to do is use stool softeners on it, and also enemas to break that stool out, get it out of there to solve that part of the problem.
Step one.
And then step two is dietary change. We have diets that will cause the fluid to stay in the colon, and when the fluid stays in the colon, we get a soft stool, which can form and pass through that small pelvic canal, or through other things that may be obstructing it. But you know, megacolon doesn't go away.
Yeah.
If we quit doing the diet, the problem comes back. Then here
So this is
more
something you'll have
enemas
to
and more
keep
problems.
doing.
You just got to do it all the time. But if we do that, they live a happy, normal life.
All right. Great advice there. Thank you, Dr.
You're welcome,
Larsen.
Tim.
We'll let you go, Sprout, and we'll be coming right back.